Okay, this is video worthy. I don't want to type all of this. Can you imagine that there are people out there who live in such a way where they get up and fix something when it's broken? This is actually a thing to me. I don't know why this is so heavy, but it's like this is a thing for me to think about. People who don't just sit around and deal with things being broken and allow them to be broken when they can be fixed. Do you know how many things in our house that have been broken since we moved in there? Outlets, light sockets, the drains and the tubs, and the downstairs bathtub not having being able to take a bath. It's just, it's just broken. And it's been that way. There are people that will be like, oh, that's broken. I'll fix it. I'll fix it myself. And if I knew how to fix things, I would do it. But I don't know how to fix things, and nobody ever showed me how to fix things. And I'm scared to touch electric outlets and electric things, and because nobody's ever shown me. So I'm like, I could hurt myself or blow something up, or I don't even know, so I don't try. I don't mess with it. But I sit and watch it be broken. Next to the TV stand in the living room, there is a white shelf in a box. Just sitting there in a box. That was a wedding gift. That was on our wedding registry. We got married in June of 2017, and that thing was never taken out the box. It just sits there. I can't stand the wallpaper. The first thing I wanted to do when we moved in that house was take out the wallpaper and redo the walls different colors. We haven't painted a wall. These things weigh heavy on me because it symbolizes some things. It symbolizes the 4 years that I asked Dad to, hey, let's get an exterminator because there's animals on the walls and we can hear them scratching at night and it's scaring the kids. I was getting scared. They shouldn't be like, we can fix this. And the next year, hey, honey, let's do it this year. Let's get an exterminator and get whatever animals are in those walls. They're not little fucking animals. They're like raccoons or squirrels, or there's something in there. One time I thought the cat was in there. Like, that's a big animal and shouldn't be where it is. Can we take care of that? No, we didn't do that. It wasn't important. But it's scaring the kids, and they can't sleep at night, and they're crying to me about it, and I'm asking you about it. 4 years. That house represents some things to me. It meant a lot for me to buy a home. It was a really big deal because my parents, I don't know, didn't own a home. It's not just that they couldn't own a home. They made it seem like it was one of the hardest things to do. They made it seem like, I don't know, I grew up thinking that really rich people bought houses. I grew up thinking that we were really poor and that we could never afford it. That wasn't the case at all. My mother got car accident settlements for thousands of dollars, big chunks at a time. $10,000, $15,000 at once. I don't know, she got like 3 or 4 of them. She got lawsuit settlements from jobs that she sued for, injuries at work. Like, we weren't poor. My mother was just given big chunks of money at one time. So we would go We would be poor for like 4 years, and then all of a sudden she'd have thousands of dollars. Christmas would be good. Christmas was always good because a lot of presents meant a lot of happiness. I don't know. There's a poor mentality that says that I have to depend on a windfall. It says I have to depend on, I'm going to wait for this car accident settlement because it's going to be a lot of money and I'm going to get a lot of money and then I'm going to piss it away. I've got 3 kids. I don't care if they go to college. I never went to college. My parents didn't give a shit about college. Why would I talk to them about college or encourage them to go to college? Why would I talk to them about careers? I'm on disability. I get money from the government. Why would I ask my kids what they dream about being when they grow up? We watched all the other rich kids go to dance class and have skating part. I don't know, just things that I didn't think we could do because I thought we were just too poor to do anything. We didn't do anything. Sometimes my mother was too lazy to take us to the fireworks and they were free and she'd be like, they're canceled. And we could hear them going off down the street. She just didn't feel like taking us. I don't know. She wouldn't have saved for college. She wouldn't have saved for us to have an apartment when we got out of school. She wouldn't have cared about any of that. She didn't give a fuck. In fact, she got rid of me and my sister, and I don't know. You know the stories. You know what happened. Hey, I got a car accident settlement, and I just wrote a check for $1,000 and sent it to the homeless shelter, to the city mission to feed homeless people. I've got 2 kids in diapers, a husband. We weren't even married yet. Dan was the only income because we had 2 kids in diapers. Dad didn't make a lot of money. We didn't have much at all. Really, Mom? Really, Mom? I'm glad you feel like good that you did that. I'm glad that you donated money. I'm glad that you thought about somebody else. But why the fuck are you shoving that in my face? When you know I have nothing. Oh, well, Dan's family's rich. He can take care of you. Dan's family's rich. They have money. You think you're better than us because his family has money. Oh, my mom was just... Somebody dies, they all line up at the door to find out who can get what and who gets the microwave, who gets the car. Showdown for great grandpa's car when he died. These people, it's a mindset. So I stressed to Dad. I said, I want to save money for our kids. I want to have an account with $1,000 in it for each of them to give to them when they graduate high school. There's no reason we couldn't do it. Buying a house was not a hard thing to do at all. There was resources and help and all these things, but for some reason, when Dad and I bought that house, life stopped. There was nothing else to do. We had the kids, the cars, the job and the wifey at home, and this is what everybody wants, and this is what everybody strives for. We've got it. We're good. We're set. That house is symbolic to me about a lot of things. I'm going to let the house go. Because I owned it. I bought it. I still own it. And I'll do it again. I'll buy a different house. I don't know how. I don't know where the money's coming from. I don't know what my income is going to be. I don't know. But guess what? It's really not that hard. Because I don't like what some things represent. Letting shit sit broken when it's a really easy fix. Some other things too. Like, it's really dirty. And I could spend a lot of time cleaning it, but I just don't feel like it. I could scrub it down, and I just don't feel like it. And I just look at everything like, just let it go. Just let it go. It's not about you, baby. I just didn't feel like being there today. I needed a break. I have dreams for you, girl. And those dreams are whatever you want your dreams to be. But you got to have some first. You want to go to college? You want to go to tech school? You want to learn to be a seamstress? I don't know. You want to get a fishing boat and be a professional fisher? You can do whatever you want. Spend some time thinking about what you want with your life, what you want to do, and what you want to have. And guess what? We will manifest that stuff. Because I just ask the universe for stuff and it shows up. Rubber bands. I don't know. Toilet seats. Just you've heard stories, you know this. I just say, hey, I need this, or I want this, or look what I found. Isn't this amazing? Somebody's giving something away? Okay, cool. And I don't know. Eventually there's going to be a job for me and I'm going to go back to work or I'm going to go back to school and finish a degree. Finish a fucking degree. Not wait for somebody's permission or encouragement or, yeah, she goes to school. She goes to school. What'd she go to school for? Nursing, I think. Well, we had that discussion. We talked about that. Like, I could have done that. And that was an option, but I'm a person with anxiety that might impair me in some form or shape or trigger me from being able to complete that job successfully on any given day. And you don't know what's going to walk through the doors of a hospital on any given day. You have no idea. So I chose occupational therapy, right? And that was great. I'm going to let some things go about a study abroad trip that I was invited to or offered to go to in South Africa or Australia. because that was a big deal to me. That was a big deal to me. Bridget, you're an honor student. You're on the Dean's List. You're in the International Honor Society. You have a 3.8 GPA. And I could go into detail about why that's really, like, why the GPA thing is a really big deal, because I had to withdraw from like a whole semester and get no credit for a whole semester, 5 W's, and I still have a fucking 3.1 GPA from Buff State. Failing an entire, not failing, but having to withdraw from an entire semester and getting 5 W's averaged into my GPA, and I still had a 3.1 GPA. 3.0 is average. So I probably had a 3.8, 3.9, maybe 4.0 with 5 withdrawals. A minus, B plus, blah, 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 blah. A's. I excel at school. I'm great at school. I love learning. And I was invited to a study abroad trip. And I could have got financial aid. And I could have gone to South Africa, or I could have gone to Australia and attended a conference that was geared toward medical programs. But like the last 3 days, it just said, you know what, relax, have fun, enjoy. And at first Dad was like, yeah, you can go, we can work that out. He was drunk. So I got excited, like, cool, this is going to happen. This is really, I worked for this. Like, this is awesome. And I reminded him a couple of weeks later, and I was like, I'm going to fill out the financial aid forms. Did you ask your boss if you could, like, take, even if you took a week of vacation, we could find somebody to watch the kids. You know, we could, it's 2 weeks. It's really not that long. Have you asked anybody? Have you made any? He's drunk. No, you can't do that. There's no way. I can't take off of work. Nobody's going to watch the kids. You got to be here. You can't go. You can't do that. And that's the answer I knew that he meant. He didn't mean it when he said, yeah, that's cool. That's great. You could go. He was just saying that. And he was full of shit. He didn't even offer. He didn't even offer to say, we could find a way to make arrangements if you can get this paid for. He could have afforded it. He could have asked his boss for some, like, hey, Bridget really wants to do this and she deserves it. She worked for this. And she's really smart. I don't want you. What he's saying is, I don't want you to go and have fun without me. I don't want you being out in some other country without me, and I can't know what you're doing, and there's nobody here to watch the kids, and no, you just can't do that. That spoke very loudly to me. Very loudly. I heard that loud and clear. Because guess what? I suck at being little Susie homemaker. I don't like cooking and cleaning. I love you guys. I love spending time with you guys. I love being a mom. I absolutely love being a mom. But I can't stand being home all day and my entire life is cooking and cleaning, and I suck at this. Why? Why do I suck at this? Because I went to Albany with my occupational therapy team, and we got in front of some legislators and had to talk to them about some bills that were being passed in the state budget. And this is a really proud moment for me. This really spoke to me. Like, this is it. State senators, we got to pass a state budget. And hey, we need this money put into our budget because I don't know. Just explain, like, this is our profession. This is what we do. This is why we need your money. This is why we need the state to support us. And this is why if you put the money in the budget now and spend money on kids when they're young, you end up saving up a lot of money later on. And it's proven, it shows. Pay the money, get the kids the services, and put it in the state budget to make sure that people like Hannah, when they're in preschool, can get some resources so that they, it's stuff like that that matters. It affects kids' lives, people's lives. It gives people jobs, careers, like, and this senator looked at me and he's like, are you a lawyer? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, if you're not, you really should be. And he's like, you really should be. And I was like, holy shit. I just nailed that. And I have a state senator telling me that you should really be doing something with what you've got. Cooking and cleaning and being a little wifey is not for me. I'm supposed to be in a business suit, talking to some business fucking people, making some money and making some things happen in this fucking world. Some things that matter. I'm not supposed to be fucking partying all night, getting drunk, not making it to work, fucking fighting with my husband. This is not supposed to be my life. I don't know if there's only room for one star here, Mr. Head Chef. But there's a lot wrong. We didn't have the same goals, dreams. We didn't talk about what are we going to do with our money. He says, well, tell me how to spend my money. Oh, it's your money. Well, it's ours. Here, you can have some. Go get some food. Go do something. Go play with your friends. And tell them about how much money I make. And how good your food is. And how I spoil you. And you take restaurant food to work. And ladies drool and get jealous of you. And how I make everybody jealous of you. And tell them all that stuff. Make sure you tell them all that stuff. Deal with my mother. Deal with my mother. Just be there to cook and clean for me. Do wifey things. Don't go to work. Fuck that job. I make the money. Fuck that job. Here, let's drink some more beer. You're a drunk. You're an alcoholic. You're a crazy bitch. I'm going to dump the beer over your head after you drank half of it and tell you what an alcoholic you are. And then the next day I'm going to come home with some more beer and be like, hey, hang out with me. Drink some beer. I'm not getting nowhere being drunk all the time through life. I wasn't getting anywhere. I wasn't going anywhere. And I was drinking myself into a depression because I felt that and I knew that. I want Dad to be happy. I want Dad to have what he wants. I don't want to make him out to be a bad person because because we don't share those goals, dreams, things, because we didn't make those things before we got married. We're together like 10 years. This is going good. We love each other. We care about each other. Things seem to be working. No. I want something else. And I want a partner there with me. I don't want to dream by myself. And Dad's not a bad guy because we don't do these things together. Or it's not, he's allowed to be who he is and want what he wants and do what he wants to do. He doesn't have to live up to standards that I set or create or this or that or this or, you know, it just is what it is. Things don't mean the same to him as they mean to me. It's not the same. Like talking about aliens and shit, and he's like, she's nuts. Here's Adam and I, like, Adam's like, hey, let's look that shit up. I don't know about aliens, but my mom told me there's a portal in freaking Antarctica that goes through the center of the earth, and they think the aliens live there. Let's check that out. Oh, I don't know. Let's check it out. Cool, let's check it out. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. You know, just things. Just things. Let's learn how to do some things that you don't know how to do. Let's learn how to fix some shit. Learn how to build some shit. Learn how to take care of a house that you own and fix things. Because they should be working properly. Why not? Ask Jack. Ask Jack if something's broken around his house. Like, it's fixed immediately. It's like a crazy thing for him to let something sit broken. Some things in our relationship are broken. Some things with our kids are broken. Some things are broken and we're just sitting there dealing with it, letting it be broken and not fixing it. It is what it is. We don't have to, there doesn't have to be a bad guy. There is no bad guy. It doesn't have to, somebody's got to be good and somebody's got to be the bad